This woman yesterday was talking. I thought there was just a sample in the song that I was listening to. They mixed this sample of this woman just yapping, clearly like a Karen sample, underneath the song. And then I realized I was eating this little mushroom on the ground. I was just sitting in some tall grass, minding my own business, and this crazy white lady appears. I turn, and turns out it's the sample was not in the song. It was Karen in the wild, standing behind me on a cliff. Like, girl, what are you doing out here? Don't ask me what I'm doing out here. And I realized that I really need to get a better reflex when it comes to recording a video whenever somebody starts talking to me out in the wild, because it's so funny. The shit that, like, the interactions. This is certainly a simulation. And I just never think to start filming the interaction, but it needs to be shared. Anyway, she didn't ask me to leave, but she was just, it's so weird when you're out in nature and then suddenly there's this single awkward, cranky. She looked like she claims to love Jesus, but then she's talking to me about how it's her property, but she's from like two houses over. They're not houses. It's like two blocks over. Like, how am I supposed to know? She just walks up to me and starts telling me about how they don't have their private property signs up yet. There's one thing that I cannot stand in this world right now is people who they just love to tell you that something is private property. Like, no, it's not. No, it's not. No, I can't. Oh, no. Anyway, that woman yesterday, I just don't feel like talking. You're channeling, and do it for your future self. Do it for everyone else. Don't, hold, stand up. Am I retarded? Donating my DNA to Mother Earth, please receive this updated information from my body, my biological computation system, my container for this infinite soul. Oh, Mama Earth, please take my urine and I hope it helps with everything that's going on. What are you afraid of something? Yes, I guess. Slipping and falling, tripping and hello? Little bird, hello. What time is it? Like 6:30-ish? I don't know. What time do you think it is, little bird? Okay, I keep thinking that I'm gonna slip off this other side. I might. You know, like when you're on the side of the bed and you think there's more room, and then suddenly you're on the floor. And everyone's laughing. Like, why were you all just watching me sleep? This is so beautiful. Wow. A big part of the way that I play this game is constantly saying little prayers of gratitude. Wow, thanks for that. Thank you. And not in a way like thank you for me, but just on behalf of everything. It's all so beautiful. There's not enough time in the day to really take it all in. Just gotta absorb as much as you can, moment to moment, which is easy when you're surrounded on all sides. Last time I was here, when it started raining, the water was so much lower, where it's ankle deep. Child, I'd say that might be up to your knees, depending on how tall your knees are. But there's water underneath me where there was a little beach last week. Every time I'm near water, I think of what this will all look like after. Is it when the poles shift, then we all get flooded, or how's it work? How's the Great Flood? What's it, the Navy map or the Great Flood map? That map that shows you which parts of the world are going to be underwater. Ugh. What's funny about that? Every time I would look at that map, up until very recently, I would see that map and I always thought, oh, Portland is going to be underwater. what I thought that meant is like sea levels are just going to rise like 80 feet or 100 feet or however many meters. So certain parts of Portland would be fine because, it's up higher from the river, which is sea level, right? Yeah, all water on this non-rotating flat Earth. Oh, there's a plane. Wow. I like that birds outnumber planes on this planet. They do, right? There are more birds than there are planes, right? I mean, like planes that are able to fly, or if they're like penguin planes that don't fly, but they still count. For real, I would see that map, and for the longest time, I just thought that was like, oh, most of everywhere I live is going to be like ankle deep in water. I thought all the places that were going to be underwater meant that they would just be like, oh, we could wear rain boots or like fly fishermen's waders. Everyone will just be sloshing around wearing rubber pants because it'll be like knee high and we'll be fine. But then I saw a video that showed that the water would pretty much be up to the Statue of Liberty's face, I think. And I did the math. I'll see if I still have it in my notes. New York is going to be underwater up to like the 63rd floor of a skyscraper. That's crazy. I've spent so much time committed to living in a van, finding the right van to live in, travel in. And with the way things are looking in the world, shit, you need gasoline to get around in that thing. I mean, ideally, I would mostly have it posted up at a homestead, but still, something tells me that our days are numbered when it comes to gasoline cars. I'm starting to reconsider. My plan was to get a van this summer. The vision is to have a van and not stay in my car. But now I'm starting to think maybe I need to get a boat. Live on a boat, and then when the flood happens, I'll be fine. Honestly, that sounds kind of cool, or maybe I'll get a van and then a boat, or maybe both. The dream or the vision that I'm having now is finding a community, even if it's very small, even if it's very big, that lives along a river somewhere far away from people, but where I can live on my boat. And maybe I'll have a little tiny boat, one of those rafts with a motor, so you can like go into town. That's gonna be crazy though. But then again, the Hopi prophecy, I'm pretty sure it says that there's already been a great flood in the last world, and this world will end by a great fire. And Manly P. Hall, in his little book, The Mystery of Electricity, he pretty much says that electricity is the fire that is going to take us out and will somehow be our undoing, which is interesting. Like, what? Electricity, huh? Like, we're all going to get electrocuted, or it's all just going to burn everything? And then he ended the book by saying, remember to paint all of your roofs blue so that the beams don't zap it. Paint everything blue. It's like a glitch in the simulation. Oh, we just can't get the lasers past that blue color. No, but for real, I really feel like the answer is to get a houseboat, not some sort of gas guzzler with a kitchenette. We will see. So I guess that's a cool game to play with the universe. Instead of fixating on one request, you throw out multiple. It's going to be one or the other, or the other, or the other, and they're all going to be amazing. Ideally, let's rack them all up together. Best of all the worlds. Somehow branch off into all the best timelines. Because honestly, like, I don't like getting wet when I don't want to, and my car is not going to do it. If somebody was smart, they would start making RVs, vans that also can withstand tsunamis and flooding and turn into little boats. Would you rather be the dog that barely survives a week or two in a little capsule? Or would you rather be a dog that just goes down with the ship of the whole world? Ugh, yeah, but that's crazy. When you imagine everywhere around you underwater. Have you ever heard people in Arizona? That's the only place I've heard someone say it. Say that they live on future beachfront property. Like when the world floods, or when sea levels rise. Think about that. What if you could know? I mean, that would be a different world, of course, because we'd all be going to higher ground. I guess we do know, right? So why aren't we going? Why are we still lollygagging down here by the rivers, acting like everything's gonna be okay? Seriously though, car insurance is such a All insurance is a scam. You look around and every single car driving in traffic is paying hundreds of dollars. I haven't had car insurance for months. I got a quote from somebody saying it like $400 a month just for car insurance. That's crazy. That's rent. You live in your car to not pay rent, but you still have to pay the rent to just to have a car and not get hassled driving down the street. That's so stupid. You just pay rent just to even use the road. I get like a yearly fee or something to have a license, for the upkeep of the potholes and gotta take care of stuff. But car insurance companies, $400 a month for like 2,000 a year. That's crazy. Just so that I don't get a ticket if I get pulled over. And now I can't really. I'm not even safe going anywhere now because I have expired tags. I can't get new tags until I have new insurance. But you know, I can scrounge together like $200 or $300 a month, like I have been. But fuck, I have to get a job. I thought that I could just figure out how to make a faceless YouTube channel. That's not in the cards. I don't want to learn how to get rich off of brain rot. That is not my path. I know that much. But I do also know that abundance is in my path. I want that to be money just enough to get set up right before things all get weird. Before everything changes. I would love to just have a van and a boat and some supplies. I want to be set up. Man, it must be so nice to be somebody who's been prepping for decades, who knew this was going to happen. I feel so dumb for not knowing it was going to be like this. People have been saying it since the 1880s, let alone the 1980s. And I always thought, you could really just ignore the outside world and just do your own thing. And I didn't think it was that serious. Like, it's never that deep. But apparently it is. Apparently it is going to be. But that means that everything is that much more precious now in each moment. It's like the calm before the storm, but in such a good way. Like the calm before the great bloom, simultaneous new blooms and old blooms. What's it called when something like a bloom burst? A death burst? Death bloom? So there will be this time where you almost can't tell what's coming and what's going with all the blooming that's happening. And now it's just so peaceful and still. It's shit. Like on top of paying car insurance, then there's gas. Gas is like rent, right? And if you're really trying to get around, that's a lot of money. That's another $400 a month. I want to go see all the national parks before we don't have them anymore, which is going to be so soon. I want to save them, to be honest. When I think, what am I meant for? I have to save nature and the animals. There's enough people doing the thing for and against each other. I would lay down my life to save the national parks and the plants and the animals that. Why haven't I done anything yet? I don't know what to do. I guess you figure out how to go to the places that need you, that need someone. I need to figure out how to get. You need money. So somehow this summer, figure out how to get enough support to be able to go save nature. There's the cutest little bird walking up to me right now. Hello, little friend. You are so cute. Wow. What are you doing just hopping around? I love when birds just. I'm just on a walk. I could fly, but I like to walk too. There it goes. Whoa, birds can jump so high. Yeah, I have to figure out how to turn anything that seems like an obstacle in front of me, create solutions that put those obstacles behind me. They became beautiful things, part of a new solution that was part of the storyline. And the things that held me back actually became things I used to propel me even further and farther forward. How do we save the world? Step 1, go out in it. Step 2, listen to what it is saying. Step 3, do what it tells you to do. Step 4, have fun. Step 5, save the world. Good job. You did it. You know that clip of Donnie T saying that the AI image going around of him is of him as a doctor? It's come up on my feed multiple times, and I watch his explanation every time, and it makes me laugh out loud. It's so funny. Yes, part of it is serious and tragic when you think there are people who are like really warped out there and would defend that he's not being Jesus, but then would like worship the image as like they know they're looking at it like it's Jesus. But him saying that's me as a doctor is so funny to me. I look around and it is all comedy at this point. It is so everything that happens. Like I can't take it seriously anymore. Even the deepest, darkest shit is like, like the files are like, I know you fucking lie, and I know, and it's sad that people do get very worked up about it all. I understand. I get worked up about it all. We're in some serious shit, but maybe it's like this as a big joke to see through and laugh at in ways, you know? I hope more absurd, crazy stuff comes out. I am, bring it on, please. And then the other day, there was the Pulp Fiction speech. Oh, I hope there are people on the inside somehow giving us jokes like that. Bring it on more and more, please. It's not all doom and gloom. We might get some damn good jokes. We definitely will. We always do. How are you looking at it? How do you see it? You having fun yet? No, we're pretty fucked though. Bruh.